Hello world, Maura Abad here, Asset Management Visionaries shaping tomorrow. Stay tuned because we have a super guest, Scott Smith, Skookum. Hello world, Maura Abad here. Another episode of Asset Management Visionaries shaping tomorrow with the Association of Asset Management Professionals. Today, let me tell you, we have a great guest. I have met him for many years. Scott Smith, good afternoon. How have you been? Greetings.
Been doing well, thank you.
Such a great pleasure to have you because we do talk, but now I have Scott for expanding conversations on asset management. Tell the audience, who is Scott Smith?
I'm a Reliability Asset Management Program Director for Skookum. We employ folks with disabilities, do maintenance management and reliability, primarily at military bases. It's a fun job.
How long have you been working there?
Been working 8 years there. I started as a site manager at a Naval Air Station. I now support all of our sites corporately.
And you know, when we talk about work, we talk about different types of work. Trivial work, important work, and work that makes a difference. Every time I hear you talking about Skookum and what you're doing, I always said this is work that makes a difference. Thank you for everything you're doing. Tell us a little bit more. How can we get involved with Skookum? I know you are supporting so many people with disabilities around the United States. In what ways do you think the audience can get involved?
Well, many of our folks in the audience may be clients of ours. So we're several locations around the U.S. We work closely with military bases, but we do have folks outside of Skookum that volunteer to help some of our folks and help the broader community. So Wounded Warrior Foundation, where soldiers, sailors, Marines come back with some types of injury. Many of you in the audience employ folks with disabilities as well. So all of them have talent, and finding positions isn't hard. And that's kind of a fun part. And I know other companies do that as well.
Definitely. Thank you again for everything that you're doing. One of the things that I want to ask you is, you're always out there. You're always learning. Tell us about your journey in reliability and asset management.
So Skookum, we're a medium-sized company. We're always trying to get better, both internally, so being more efficient, effective, career promotion for our team, as well as doing good things for our customer, delivering value. And in our world, that's delivering asset value, whether it's a hangar, hospital, utility system. We need to make it reliable, efficient, and effective so they can get their mission done.
Definitely. And with that mission done, I want to ask you, what gets you pumped up and out of bed? What is that aim that you have personally or professionally that you want to share with the audience?
So our corporate aim is to employ people with disability to deliver outstanding value to our clients. My personal aim is to enable that through infusion of best practices, maturity, both individually and as a team, and infusing technology. So that's where attending Maxima World, IMC, AMP is where we rub elbows with some of the best companies. And to be honest, most of the things we've done have been done by another company, and we willingly, legally steal that as well as contribute to that information and present ourselves.
Definitely. I agree with you. And basically, the more we give, the more we get. And you are a great contributor. A little bit, can you give us a perspective how many articles you have contributed to, or how many presentations have you done? There are plenty. Tell the audience what you gain when you do all this sharing.
Yeah, we'll attend about 3 conferences a year. and we do present at most of those conferences. We attend many client sessions. We read presentations, virtual webinars and training events that Reliability Web puts on. So in the course of a year, we may see 200 client and business partner presentations. And like I said, we get our best ideas that way. And great having face-to-face discussions and collaborations, whether in a panel setting or just drinking coffee with another peer.
Definitely, I like that. Tell us a little bit about your plan on your legacy. I know that you are getting involved, new team members, coming to different events. What is that legacy plan for you and your corporation?
Our team legacy is we want all of our sites to be as good as they can. And we have kind of a maturity model, if you will, where each site has a roadmap to get better. But what's great is we'll have one site that gets success, and that is seen by other sites, and they're like, hey, we want to do that. It might be, hey, defect elimination program works at Fort Riley. Our new HVAC sensor works great on the East Coast. So from a corporate legacy, we want to see going good to great across all of our sites.
It's just continuous improvement.
Yes.
That is the area. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with the Association of Asset Management Professionals with the chapter, and any words you want to provide to the audience, call to action.
Very good. So we have started a chapter at Washington State for AMP, and have several core people that have helped us get a key group together from several different companies. Had our first virtual meeting. Terrence O'Hanlon was kind of the keynote there. But there is, I think we had about 20 companies attend that. Kevin Damp from Alaska Airlines provided a great overview of his reliability program. But there's kind of a thirst for learning within that region, whether it's Boeing, SeaTac, Alaska Airlines, and every quarter we plan to do an event, have two companies present, and then get together face to face, probably at the Reliability Conference next year.
That is great. Are you seeking for volunteers perhaps, or presenters? This is the time with the audience that you can drag them and let them know about your aim on the group.
Yes, we absolutely are looking for presenters and contributors, and we will provide contact information at the end of this video. And feel free to contact me and we'll get you slated.
Because I have to tell you, the Washington chapter is on fire. I know they have great presenters. There is a lot of appetite on the West Coast in the United States. And by all means, just plug in a little bit. If you want to be involved in the chapter, just let us know. As Scott indicated, we're going to put some links that you can benefit from, because it is about education. It's about continuous learning at all times. A little bit of your perspective and insight to the audience. Any book that has really touched your soul, your heart, your mind on reliability or asset management that you want to share with us?
So at International Maintenance Conference last year, talked to two companies, JLL and NASA, and they had built a fundamentals training course, which kind of is a bridge to some of the certification courses that Reliability Web does, CRL, CMM. And we thought that was a really good idea. And they had leveraged Ramesh Gulati's book on maintenance and reliability best practices, which I've found, a great, understandable book. So our company has leveraged that, built our own, we'll call it Informals Fundamentals course, where we'll work with the site every 2 weeks, pick a chapter, talk to that, maybe work management, maybe asset condition monitoring, and then explain how we do it at Skookum, and then synergize with that site. So that's been a very positive book that has been very focused this year.
That's so great. Yeah, there's so many people in this community, but I do have to ask you, you need to think about writing a book.
Maybe someday. I think I'm tardy in writing some more uptime articles, so that's my call to action, is get the article in.
There you go.
Soon.
We start with that and then later.
Yeah.
Go big or go home. We like to that, right? That is super. Tell us a little bit about you, what you like to do when you're not attending conferences, you're not working. How do you relax?
So our hobby with my wife and I play pickleball, so we like to play pickleball, and we have social friends and competitions. That's kind of what we do. In addition to walking our dogs and hanging out with our children.
That is so beautiful. What about music? Any specific that you want to recommend us to listen to?
I've been a classical rock guy for a long time, although now I'm actually listening to classical music. I guess I'm slowing down a little bit, so
Yeah,
I like both of them.
Me too. We need to share that. Vivaldi, Tchaikovsky, it really gets to my core. Mozart, Beethoven, right? A little bit of everything.
Good.
We need to share that perspective, definitely. But, asset management, like a little bit like music, right? It's the orchestra playing all together. In a simple word for the audience, how would you describe asset management?
In a single word, I'm going to say fun.
I love that, because it is okay to have fun while you're doing asset management and creating that awareness. Love that. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now on the asset management perspective in your company?
I plan to continue adding value, and maybe in a different role, maybe more mentoring role, but it gets in your heart and soul. So I think I will need to do some aspect of that 5 years from now.
Definitely. We're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen 5 years from now. We're going to be keeping closely eyes on Scott Smith, and definitely we will have to invite you for another interview. One of the last things we want to ask you is, give us some call to action for companies that are thinking, should I go into asset management? What's asset management? What is your call to action regarding asset management to the companies?
My call to action recommendation, leadership really matters, and what I would call multi-tiered leadership, finding a team from, let's say, shop, supervisor, planner, manager. If you have leaderships at different levels and have kind of galvanized them into a team for your company or your plant, you can do whatever you want to do. And it can start with you making those connections to the right folks and building that.
Love that, because it always starts with oneself. We want to let you know that Scott Smith is around. You have plenty to learn from the Washington chapter, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you, Scott, for your vision on the asset management piece, and we see you next. Remember to subscribe, follow us in social media, Asset Management Visionaries, shaping tomorrow. See you soon.